It is Monday. I almost forgot it was Monday. My days are kind of flying by, which is awesome. But if you're watching this right now, you're probably watching the replay, so welcome. We are right now going live on Mondays. That may be changing coming up, but right now I'm going to try to keep that going and start posting videos. I think I'm going to start posting them next week for Wednesdays and Fridays. So I am starting my recording this week. I've got all kinds of fun content. So just stay tuned, see what's going on. I've got lots of like gluten-free baking videos and some apartment gardening videos. If you are new here, we just moved to Arkansas. We're staying with a friend in a garage conversion. They converted their garage. It's a really pretty gray color. So we are still in the process of unpacking and getting settled and doing all the things. I got my computer up yesterday, which was awesome. If anybody orders from Injury Vanilla Group, you know what this is. It smells so good. I got 4 ounces of Ecuador vanilla beans delivered. So my daughter went on her first missions trip this last year to Ecuador, and so this is the first time that Ecuador vanilla beans were offered in the vanilla bean group, and I went ahead and I ordered them. They smell divine. I am super excited. So these are Ecuador Tahitianus vanilla beans through Injury Vanilla Group. I've shared about them a lot, but I love these guys. So I'm excited. I think I'm going to make an extract and some sugar out of that. We will see. This week we had Mother's Day yesterday, which was kind of just another day. We hung out, and I got to talk though to my daughter. We did a video call. We talked for I think a good 2 hours on the phone, which was awesome, and talked about all the things. I think it's definitely one of the hardest things about leaving was my daughter stayed back in California. So we are getting adjusted to not physically seeing each other all the time, but to make sure we are intentional and talking and staying connected, which is really good. So it was a really sweet time, which was very nice. And yeah, it was just good. So I'm super thankful for that. We have been this last week going to garden stores. So we have now officially been here like a week and 2 days. And my friend that we're staying with, which you'll be meeting her in videos, we have gone through and planned the garden, and we know what type of beds we're building and what we're doing to treat the wood. We are using GreenStalk, so I just finally found the dirt we're going to use today for those. So I have a ton of gardening content that will be coming out, which I'm super excited about. So that's coming, and I have outside of our door, I have all the plants lined up right now. We have gone in together with this garden, so we're super excited about it. We're kind of getting the things I really want, the things she really wants, and making it happen. So we're both super stoked about it, and we're trying new techniques and new things to both of us, which will be a whole lot of fun, and we're taking you guys along for the journey. So we've had that going on, and I've been able to cook a few times. I'm almost done with shelving. I thought I was done in the room where we're staying, but the last thing I have to find homes for are all my jars. So I am finishing up this, and then we'll have the rest of our stuff in storage that we don't need right away, and getting everything set up. I think we're going to be using the dehydrator this week as well. So I'm excited about that. But so that Mother's Day was good. I hope everybody who's a mom who's watching had a great Mother's Day. And if you are not a mom, I hope that you did something special for your mom or in remembrance of your mom. And that it was just a day full of love. Um, we've been playing a lot of games, which has been fun. We did games yesterday here at the house, which was cool. So we did find a farmer's market, a couple of farmer's markets out here. I have posted in the local gardening group, and a sweet lady, she had a Sugar Rush peach pepper. So I bought that from her, and then she gave me some sweet potato slips for some purple sweet potatoes, and some walking onion heads, little bulbs. So I have to look up how to plant the walking onions. I know what they do, but I'm trying to remember if I need to actually plant them deep or just put them on top of the soil. So I need to look that up. If you know, drop it below. And so I'm super stoked to grow those. I have some orange sweet potatoes that we just started trying to grow the slips for right now. They'll probably be late, but we're going to do our best and try. We did get some potatoes. We're doing veggies and herbs. All of my seed starting stuff is here, so I don't think I'll be starting seeds for the garden for spring for anything, but we will be for a fall garden. So we're excited to have that stuff in and started. We're ready to go. It's just been fun. We've changed the garden plan like 30 times. So I have a lot of research knowledge, and I've gardened in the GreenStalks where my best friend has gardened here, and knows a lot of the challenges, and so it's a good mesh where we're experimenting with a few things and figuring out deers. I've never dealt with gophers, things like that. So we are putting our heads together and making it happen and doing interplanting and all of that good stuff. So let's see. Is there anything else exciting that's happened this week, honey? No. No. We haven't had that many storms. It's raining tonight though, so or today it has been raining a little bit. So I'm not going outside to show. I was going to show the plants and stuff, but I'm not going to do that because it has been raining and I don't want to get my phone wet. But we are getting back on track with the videos. We've got lots of content planned. And I will be back in the kitchen. I'm just going to use the kitchen here. And I'll have gardening content and all kinds of fun stuff coming up. So next week, stay tuned for videos on Wednesday and Friday. I think right now, unless something changes, I'll be doing lives on Monday still. Except for next Monday, I might do a garden video and then pick back up lives the following Monday. And just keep connecting. If you have questions for the lives or you have things you want to say, drop them in the comments. I can see the comments, hopefully. I'd love to know who you are, where you're watching from, and if you have experience with any of the stuff we're talking about, kind of the transitions and so forth, and gardening and food and all the things. So I love interaction. It helps make lives fun. So if you have things to add, make sure you drop them in the comments. We may start doing some topics for, hi Deanne, walking onions planted about an inch deep. Sweet. Thank you. So I have the bulbs for those. I'm super excited about that, and I think they'll be good for some deterrent. I don't remember which animal we were looking at. I'm going to start a spreadsheet for what we're growing and what's a deer deterrent, gopher, and mole, and anything else. I guess snake too, but I don't know if we're planting anything that's a snake deterrent. Yeah, so we're excited. We're just really excited to get in and get our hands dirty. I think I'll be starting to pick topics, that's what I was going to say, for the lives, to kind of have stuff we're talking about and interacting about. So I'll be putting posts on Instagram on here again, asking for any questions on those topics. If you have ideas for topics, make sure to drop them in the description. As I get things unfolded and finished, unpacked, and organized, then I'll be able to really start recording more and doing all my things. Having my computer set up, I can actually start blogging again and doing all my things there. So I'm super excited about that. And Deanne, I did not share my tamale video recipe because they didn't turn out that great. So we're going to try that again in the fall, probably. Fall or winter, and try to nail that. I tried it with the tallow, and we didn't really like it. It was okay with the tallow, but I think I prefer lard over tallow when making them. And so we are going to readjust and go back and do our tamales again when it's cooler. And so that way you know that I didn't forget about that. They didn't turn out, and then we were moving. So I didn't try to experiment again. But so that's what's going on our side. We're just very thankful. We have been very blessed with a super great reception from everybody. Everywhere I'm going, I'm kind of talking to people. The garden centers here have been amazing. It's kind of interesting, like, I wasn't quite prepared for produce not being as great in the stores and still being expensive in the stores. And the quality, just like the cabbage, was not great quality that I saw. And it's a lot of people grow stuff. And then for potting soil, I'll tell you, today was an adventure trying to find potting soil. I do not want Miracle-Gro potting soil, but I cannot afford the Fox Farms at $32 for 2 cubic feet of potting soil. I was using the Bang 420 purple label from Green Acres for my GreenStalk. It worked really well for growing vegetables, and that's all I grew. And that was like $12 to $14 for 1.5 or 2 cubic feet. And so that was more affordable for us. And you have like premium potting soil here, and you have the Miracle-Gro potting soil. And I was struggling finding something that was still good but not super expensive. So we ended up going to, man, I'm blanking on the name of the, do you remember? Oh, you didn't see it. There was a nursery that we went to, and they have a great formula. And if it does 16 cubic feet though, and so for 3 regular tier GreenStalks and 1 leaf tier GreenStalk, I needed 22 cubic feet of potting soil. And they do it it makes 16 cubic feet. And so I would have needed to get 32 cubic feet, and I couldn't afford to pay that extra for the extra 10, even though we could have used them in the potting soil. For the gardens. I couldn't do that right now. So, because we're still getting settled and finding jobs and all the things. So, we didn't go that route, although I will probably do that route next year. It's like a mix of compost, vermiculite, and peat moss that they do, and it's called the Magnificent 7 or something. But I really liked that nursery, and I really liked how they. If I will comment afterwards the name. I'm recording on my phone right now, so I can't pull it up. Um, but I really liked that nursery, and everybody is super, super, super friendly. And very helpful, and had no problem the fact that I was like shopping around different places. They knew I was new. They helped me like figure out when to start brassicas here in spring and when to start brassicas for the fall. And we bought some of our tomato plants and some other things there. And my friend got her thornless blackberry bushes and blueberry bushes there. But we ended up going with soil from Westwood Nursery. Um, and we got a mix of potting soil and their organic garden soil. And we're going to mix that together and fill the green stalks with that. And then I was able to find my fish fertilizer for the green stalks for throughout the season. I will absolutely send you my address, DM. If I do not send it when I'm off of here, if you don't get it by tomorrow, remind me. We also ordered, one of the things I went ahead and part of my putting in towards the garden was ordering bare root strawberries and some asparagus crowns. We're going to put strawberries in the green stalks, I think, with some lettuce. And then the asparagus crowns, so they'll keep going. And we'll get stuff throughout the years for those. So those are coming in this week, hopefully from Stark Brothers. That's my first order from them. I was excited. I've heard great things about ordering from them. So we got 3 different varieties of strawberries. We have so many things we're planning on doing. We're gonna try the Florida weave method for tomatoes, still with pruning because it's humid here and it rains all summer. So we need to make sure we have the airflow. But for the trellising system and what we already had, we're growing a lot of indeterminate tomatoes, and so we wanted to be able to. Tomato cages aren't going to work. So we knew that we needed to do something else. And for right now, for the cost of starting the garden up and building the infrastructure and everything, I think the Florida weave was the best for what we had because they already had T-posts. So we're going to do that and get creative with some trellising. And yeah, so we're excited. But that's kind of my update for now. If you have tips for, we're keeping the blueberries and the blackberries in containers. So if you have tips for types of fertilizer for those, I have never grown those. So if you have tips for that, that would be great. Thank you for the tip on the planting the walking onions. And then we will be documenting everything. I have on my Instagram stories, I took some video today of the plant starts that we have out. I didn't go through all of them, but it just kind of showed what we're working on and where we're going to be doing the garden. And then I'm going to start recording and getting everything going. It's going to be fun to document how things change because we are starting from scratch, which is awesome. They have not done a vegetable garden at this location, I don't believe. I think they started to before, and it ended up right as they were about to fill everything. They realized it was on top of the leach field, and they had to deal with stuff there, so it never took off. So we're starting from scratch, and it is kind of a fun experience, and it's fun. My best friend and I are a crack up together because we're both very opinionated and both very strong personalities, but we also both recognize the strength in each other, and it's fun. And so we'll go back and forth and we'll bicker like sisters, and we'll come up with a plan, and we nix out each other's plans, and we figure it out and we make it work. And so I think the plan we have right now that the husbands are on board with and we are on board with is going to work well, and we're going to dig in. So that's kind of what's going on this week, is job hunting. And so job hunting, getting the garden planted, started building and planted in between the weather. And then we are going to be finishing the room and emptying that out and recording videos. So we'll be taking you along with us, and that's just what I have. So I wanted to make sure I kept you guys up to date, and I'm glad I remembered it was Monday because I almost forgot. I just realized we have blue tape hanging there. But yeah, that's it. So thank you for joining. We will be back next week with either the garden video or a live, but it should be the garden video, and then we'll have subsequent videos coming up. It's going to be a garden planning video for Monday, and then we'll start the process of everything we're working on. That's it. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next week.